Is double gold better than any bundle I could get for currency only? I think that question right there is why they're getting rid of the double gold. I think every bundle they release gets compared to the gold double ups, and they don't want to release bundles that are better than the gold double ups. These activate cards are so clunky. Silver Sable, the best card this month. There's a very good chance the most competitive card to release this month is Silver Sable, yes. I think we're in a pretty good spot here, all things considered, yeah? So next turn, I activate her, kick Human Torch into the center, and then we slide Vulture into here, hit him out, and then the following turn we Living Tribunal. It's for every gold tier, so you can buy it at every tier and get 2x on your first purchase at every tier.
Flame on!
And then I get to kick this here, and then do this, and this ends up at 32 somewhere, so it'll be at 32, 47, 57, 65, divide by 3 will be at 22 everywhere. Dodge a Shadow King, we can dodge a ball. Did the thing. She was responsible for 2 of the doubles. She's basically 2 doubles on Human Torch when you start with her. Which is not nothing. Yeah, moving her into the web feels good. I like Living Tribunal as a way to mitigate Hercules raids. Yeah, this build was one of the ones I highlighted last week after Madam Web dropped. It felt pretty clean then. Jeff, what's your take on the Democrats constantly trying to literally murder their political opponents because they know they can't win? It's kind of pathetic, isn't it? I think the only thing that's kind of pathetic is calling registered Republicans having firearms near Donald Trump trying to murder him. I think every single Republican opposes common sense gun reform, and I think basically every single Democrat advocates for gun control. I think Donald Trump directly and specifically got rid of an Obama-era rule/regulation that made it easier for certain people with noted mental illnesses to gain access to firearms, like the person who had the AK-47 outside of Mar-a-Lago. I wish Republicans and conservatives were half as mad about people walking in and gunning down school children as they were for some dude having an AK-47 outside of Mar-a-Lago and never firing a fucking shot. I feel like purely for science, I want to activate her and then see how this works with both of these. I need to know. All right, so it's left and then right is the answer. That makes sense because this ability was like already teed up, right? Is this essentially what I would expect from it? Do I end on Madam Web here, actually? So that way, if Mystique pulls here and these go to either side, I can move both of them?
Victory.
I'm playing Iron Fist off to the right because Lake Hollis is going to end up somewhere not in the middle. And I go ahead and play him out even though it uses up Iron Fist. So I want to just get his effect on the board. Bye, bud. Iron Fist for now. Probably play him after Hercules. They also haven't played any cards though, so like. So they put their Agatha back into their hand. Did they redraw her? They did not.
Clear for takeoff.
Oh yeah, could that message that we have maybe clarify that the tracker is down, not just say untapped? I think that's accurate. Not a lot of people don't necessarily know what untapped is. That's the best draw, huh? I'll give us 26, 43, 43 divided by 14 everywhere.
Victory.
I will say, playing her on turn 1 feels incredible. It's so great to be able to have like an Iron Fist that we tee up and save for later and get to use whatever. She feels a little clunky on the later turns, but she's incredible on turn 1.
Victory.
Maybe we need to switch to playing lower Conquest so we can not have every game end in a retreat. I mean, eventually they have to stay, I guess. Right? Right? Eventually?
Opponent snapped.
Stay! Do I do nothing this turn so the dagger can guaranteed get pulled back left? That crazy? It's just a question of, do they play their Ghost Rider center or right, basically? I think it's center.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, they have stature also. Oh my gosh, we lost to M'Baku out of Triskelion. Rip. Oh, you know what? I messed up. If I would have, I could have put Renslayer here being at 26, and I could have slid Nebula here to be +3. Could have played around the M'Baku. It's fine. I think games like that are interesting. Getting able to walk away with takeaways that could have let us play better. Ah, shit. So if I do this, I have the ability next turn, yeah? Judge! Judge! Right? That's how that works? Anybody? Bueller? We just need to draw... Perfect. We just need to draw, Living Tribunal now. Alright, Hercules, kick this torch right, please. God damn it, bud. Good one. One job, Hercules. Beep, beep, beep. It's a shame we didn't draw Living Tribunal because I can't go for the big number, but this is the play, right? It's put this here and then go to 18 on the left. Ah, fuck me. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, and I even lost the coin flip out of one with the Iron Man in the middle. Feels bad to lose the coin flip 2 games in a row to our Living Tribunal being buried in the bottom 3. That was absolutely their best possible draw in combination with bad Hercules variants and Tribunal being buried and then ultimately losing a flip. That's what I was wondering. It's like, you can't just look at like the raw number of games you played and what the records were. The details really matter. Like I would wager our deck wins this matchup most of the time. They don't interact with us, and our numbers are consistently bigger than theirs. We just lost pretty key flips. In both the ones we ended up losing 5 there after winning a bunch of others. What does this run instead of Living Tribunal? You play something else. This deck's not playable without Living Tribunal. Like, Living Tribunal is how you leverage the fact that you have one giant payoff in a lot of your games. I think they nerf Agatha soon. Nope. You got! Thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. What did Vulture Mid, Torch Mid, Iron Man be a winning play in most cases? I'm going to give you a 10-minute timeout so you can read Madam Web. Thanks for hanging out today. Any tips on how to stop spending money on this game? If you are finding yourself having a problem spending money you shouldn't be spending on Marvel Snap, you should delete Marvel Snap, unsubscribe from my channel, and stop watching and engaging with it altogether. Games like Marvel Snap, by design, are incredibly addictive and tend to lead into addictive tendencies. And if you're someone who's susceptible to that, you should not be playing them. That's just the reality. Jabez in the destroy deck. Okay. Ooh. Apparently, Spanish Spider does not work how you want her to work with Brood, is what I'm seeing. Actually, they're probably a Killmonger deck, yeah? So I think I actually can't do that. That 50-50.
I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
This is 15, 24, 27, 54. If I move Iron Man here, it's 5, 14. 14 times 4. It's 56. It gives me less here, though. And if this lands here, it's pretty good. I think this is the play.
Such is my judgment.
It's a shame they're a Killmonger deck, or else we'd have had a pretty nutty sequence. If they hadn't been a Killmonger deck, or Human Torch would have gone insane with the Spanish Spider. I got him here. Biscuit, thank you for the 7 months. Welcome back.
Victory.
And this is basically how, as a weird state, they just assumed they were winning left or right and that we were deterministically losing the bar. I think that stays fine. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and tap the end button. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and get back. We're gonna play some more Living Tribunal stuff. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. You're me. Is the new card worth spending tokens on? If you have to ask that question, the answer is no. Wait and see. There's no time limit on tokens. What's going on, the Green Ranger? Thank you for the 22 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Those! Thank you for the 22 months. Welcome back.
Beep, beep, beep.
Why does he have 49,000 points in Conquest? Because we play Conquest after we reach Infinite. And we usually reach Infinite on the second or third day of the season, sometimes the first day. Rekoko, thank you for the 10 months. So a gift to me a sub, how would I go about using it? Well, you're already using it. It gets activated automatically, which gets you ad-free viewing on the channel, and access to the emotes and stuff. If you want to get a little bit more involved with your gift sub, I'd recommend popping into our Discord server, the always online part of Hoaglandia. Talk about Marvel snaps and video games and sports and politics and food and all sorts of great things with the community. Thoughts of the Spanish Spider. She seems incredible every time I play her on turn 1. Anytime I have her after the first turn of the game, she feels kind of clunky and difficult to weave into my curve. There's no direct link for the Discord server. You need to link your Discord, your Twitch to your Discord accounts following the instructions here on my website. So like here, for example, seems freaking great. Like, activate is too clunky. In a lot of instances, it feels very clunky, yes. This is loose, gamers. Do I pull it back into the bar? And just plan to stack Iron Man and Living Tribunal there?
Wind, aid my hand.
I assume our deck is just 0% into Legion combo stuff, so if they're gonna do that, we'll be dead. It is what it is.
I am Iron Man.
It's like some worlds where like we have a Madam Weapon play, and then we don't just die instantaneously to the Legion combo, but this is not one of those games. Okay, do they have the third piece of the puzzle? They do not.
I am.
And again, like, the opponent's deck is really frustrating to play against, but like, it's also not super consistent. So like, I feel annoyed every time I queue into it, but I don't know that I necessarily expect it to be problematic. This has gotta be enough, yeah? So they're what, 18?
Such is my
Chop it up.
Hello, so happy.
So happy. Gigs, thank you for the 17 months. Appreciate that, welcome back. Yeah, maybe I could have tried to boomer step them. I don't know. I'm pretty happy taking 4 cubes for a bad matchup in a spot like that. I don't know that I really want to risk them leaving.
opponent snapped.
I was inclined to snap here. We'll see what they do. Are they gonna trigger the Abbey? They just like storming the middle. 4 bug, thank you for the 10 months. Welcome back.
Wind, aid my hand.
Well, that was... probably just this now, yeah? Why should the other order for mistake? I don't think it matters. I think we're gonna get comboed this time around. just play for 4 again?
Hello, can you understand me?
Wow.
I
Okay.
am Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
Did we beat Infinite left or right there? We would have been at 36-45. And they would have been at... They would have beaten us by 1 point if they would have played left or right. They were just worried about us sliding a small amount of points into the center. If not, mid feels like a weird choice from them. Oh, they were trying to beat Tribunal. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think about that. Hercules would never hit my card into Fist Tower, right? He would never? I mean, that would be rude. Unthinkable. Unfathomable. Fucking Central Park. If he doesn't hit our card into Central Park, we're actually in a pretty good spot. If this ends center, I get to go Iron Man into Living Tribunal center. Yeah. This is actually more points, right? If I would have put the Iron Fist here, I could have played to drawing this. I should have played to drawing this. I messed it up. Retrospect, I should have put Iron Fist middle. Yeah. Because of this. I wanted to be able to have him land here and go Iron Man Living Tribunal, but that's what it is. Probably still fine. Uh, 16, 51, 56. 56 divided by 3 is 19 everywhere.
The mystery intrigues me. Victory.
We should play center in case of Legion. Yeah, that's a good call. I wanted to stop the Nebula, but playing around Legion, there's a really good call out. 100%. If you want the deck list, the overlay's not working, you can get to the deck by typing !deck in chat and grabbing it from the untapped loadout there still. Stop cheating, Jeff. You're not allowed to. It is my Living Tribunal superpower, being able to do basic arithmetic.
Gotta run, hun.
If you're watching currently on YouTube, you'll need to move on over to the superior live streaming platform to grab the deck list. I would say apologies, but I'm not sorry. Oh my gosh. Yes, bouncing activate cards does not reset them. That is accurate. Alright, assuredly we draw Human Torture Vulture next turn, right? They're hella, by the way. They discarded a black cat. It's unfortunate I can't use her because we just drew her. Still pretty good for the home team. This set's probably got a pretty good hella matchup. Our linear number is probably consistently bigger than their linear number. Yeah, Dagger and Vulture are both good draws there. There were 4 cards in our deck, so 50% to a good one. Guess there's a world where we lose this because we didn't have the Iron Man. This deck looks the least gimmicky move has ever looked. Living Tribunal solves a lot of your problems, I think. We played a bunch of Black Swan earlier today, and I'm pretty sure she's not good. In fact, in many spots, she felt worse as an activate card than she did as an on-reveal. Yes, I agree that the Spanish Spider's animation feels a little bit reused and awkward. This deck isn't really move. We can't Heimdall into a loss. LOL. We have Black Cat and Red Hulk here. How much are we going to? 32, 41, 44, 55, 60. We're only at 20 everywhere here.
The mystery intrigues me.
21? Might die? Alrighty, cool. They lost their RNG fiesta. Is it good for you? It was good for me. Think Spanish Spiders could be viable in other decks? Quite possibly. One Energy Forge was really good. And while she's not exactly that, she has a lot of potential.
Oh, snap.
I think these decks need Hercules. This deck in particular is playing Hercules, but I don't think all of them do. So, for reference, chat, Ghost Spider and Falcon are currently bugged, And I think there's good versions of Bounce without Hercules and without Living Tribunal, but their move bounce stuff. And with the Ghost Spider being bugged, it makes the deck a lot worse. Is the TLDR. Is there a justification for Kyera in this deck? I do not think so, because Kyera doesn't protect 2/3 of our payoffs. If you know you're playing into a Killmonger deck, you should simply not go in on Human Torch and instead go in on Dagger or Vulture, given the option, and retreat appropriately. Good chance this swings and misses, but we can move her next turn anyways, so that's fine. Can we snap again? Asking the real questions. Oh my god, we hit for 6? That's so good for us. Curve seems good. Real decks have curve shit.
Iron Man. All systems go.
Why not Iron Man left for the +2? I genuinely can't tell if you're being serious or not.
Victory.
Reading Twitch chat it's hurt me. I'm not the same. I'm not who I used to be. Is that good, chat? What do we think? Ooh. That's all right. I can move this twice, or I can move this twice. Twice on this is 8, twice on this is 15. We snap with that. I don't have a way to win a second lane yet. That's the problem. There aren't really replacements, unfortunately, for the very specific movement cards this deck is playing.
Opponent snap.
Okay, I think I'm leaving. The draw's kind of awkward. I probably should have just not Hercules on the New York, and I probably should have just set up the Iron Man in the center, giving us the out to draw Living Tribunal. But without it in hand, I think we're leaving there when they snap anyways.
Gotta run, hun.
I want to make sure this is neutral before I step. Want to get like fucking Oscorp towered or something. I do this, and then next turn I Ghost Spider into here, and we trigger the raft. I don't think they can fill the raft next turn. I guess there's a chance they do. But even if they do, the Vulture's gonna be freaking huge, yeah? And I have priority here, so I'm filling before they Jubilee. Worst case scenario. I think I'm vibing on Dagger for now.
Opponent snapped.
I gamble for 2 more. Our 1 and 4 in Tribunal here. Iron Man said. That means we're dead, yeah? Maybe I was supposed to have Madam Webbed here last turn. So that way, maybe I was supposed to have Madam Webbed here. So that way when this gets kicked over, I could move her into here and then back out and then be able to Iron Man. They might have bad variants and lose to Iron Man, right? Yeah, that's true.
Minions to me.
We are the future.
They're all in, so we keep it, right?
Iron Man.
Does Iron Fist activate Spanish Spider Human Torch work? Sure does. It kicks to the left and then kicks to the right. You end up with a 12 power Human Torch because you kick it double to 4, add 2 to 6, kick it double to 12. Yeah, and then you could go Spider to move him again afterwards too. Yeah, I think my mistake there was I should have set up the Madam Web on the left there, like I said. Ooh, we have double web here, which is nice.
Oh, snap.
Is it mostly Hella all the way down today? I wouldn't say it's mostly Hella, but there's like a marked amount of Hella as opposed to none before the Hell Cow change. So still a good bit of variety, but it's definitely the newfangled thing people want to try. Hey, BitTwiddle, thank you for the 13 months. Welcome back. What if I go... I wish I could put this here to kick into the center. I think this is it. What's the thought process behind mistaking the man of Webblade rather than any other lane? Well, here there's a Murray Island. Generally speaking, it's the same difference. In this game specifically, there's a location center that matters, but generally speaking, it does not matter. Hellfire Club has messed us up a good bit this game. Cost us a lot of points. They've only discarded 2 cards, but they have Activate Hellcow. That's very, very good. Alright, RNG Fiesta, I choose you.
I am Iron Man.
Minions to me.
It's really hard to put into words how bad the quality of gameplay is that Hella generates. I really hope this deck ends up not being good because it makes Marvel Snap really not fun. I think this Hellcow change regardless is one of the worst changes they've made in a long time. It's easily been the most popular deck we've played against today. Sandman or Hella if you had to keep, but I'd actually rather play against Sandman than Hella.
All the future.
I don't think that's particularly close. There's no easy way to get the chimichanga into the mix here. Oh, and I wanted to put the chimichanga on the torch before I started moving it around, but I can't do that and have it ended a Madam Web path cleanly is the issue. All right, we just need a tribunal. Alright, we have another game.
Victory.
Tracker looks to be alive again. Yay! Thank you, Untapped. You're lovely. You either need 2 payoffs in this deck, or you need Living Tribunal with 1 big payoff. Those are the options to allow you to be competitive.
Got around, honey.
You're surprised they retreated. Yeah, could be spooky. Speaking of spooky, is Hercules worse? It's bad for them though. It did feel a little bit like a sniper retreat. They could have just been sad we had a big thing though too. We could Hercules mid. Yeah, maybe. I don't have to make that decision now.
I am Iron Man.
I like putting these here, and then next turn we go kick it over, kick it out. I think that's the play.
I am Iron Man.
We are the future.
I am
The Magneto coming down now is really good for us, because it means I can't get pulled into the center and screwed that way. So this moves twice and ends up here. So it gets plus 14. So it'll be 17. It'll be 15. 16 will be 64 over here. And then we win the breaker by a lot.
Minions to me.
Or did I math wrong? I math slightly wrong.
Victory.
So, I'd like the record to reflect that while, like, Rickety Bridge was really bad for them there, it's worth noting that if Rickety Bridge hadn't been there, we'd have had bigger numbers as well. It restricted our ability to generate numbers this game. So, we got there in the end. And like I said, I would expect this deck that we're playing to probably have an alright Hella matchup because the numbers we make consistently are probably bigger than theirs. But it still doesn't change the fact that a lot of your games are just coming down to like the awkward, kind of feels bad man coin flips. Ticket for the pile. Yeah, we were beating their best possible Hella roll there for sure. That felt really good. We had played this build last week with Nico in this slot, and Nico's best mode was definitely the move right mode, so having a card to consistently do that felt really good. Being able to set up lines like we saw in that last game, where you get to go Iron Fist, activate Spanish Spider, and then batch your card twice right away, felt consistently really strong, especially with Human Torch. It takes your torch up to 12 right away. I don't think this particular list has very good substitutions for any of its pretty niche move cards. I think you need Madam Web and Hercules and Living Tribunal here for this deck to really function. I think there's gonna be non-Hercules Spanish Spider move decks that are probably competitive, but I also think a lot of those probably want some combination of Beast or Falcon right now. And like we talked about a little bit there, there's a bug with Ghost Spider where you bounce her and then she doesn't move a card after you bounce her. I can confirm that that bug is on Second Dinner's radar. Hopefully it gets fixed soon, but in the short term where we can't bounce stuff consistently because of the bug, I would expect something like this to probably be one of the better choices for moving stuff around. Yeah, Hercules is a very, very real Marvel stamp card these days for sure. Does Symbiote Spider work with Hellcow? No, Symbiote Spider-Man does not reset activates, they've confirmed. Teraptus, thank you for the 21 buds. I appreciate that. Welcome back. What about protection, or is that not a focus? Armor Cosmo. There just aren't a lot of people playing tech cards right now. And I think the most common tech card is Killmonger, and against Killmonger decks, you could just like not make Human Torch big and instead make Dagger and Vulture big. Minor Shriner, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.